Stanley Black Decker spent $90 million building a factory in Fort Worth, Texas. The whole point was to manufacture Craftsman tools in America again. Big press conference, big promises, the works. That factory closed after 3.5 years. The handful of sockets it actually produced are now selling as collectibles on eBay. Not because they're good, because so few were ever made. That one story tells you everything about what's happening in the power tool market right now. The brand names you grew up trusting are being hollowed out by parent companies who own both the cheap tools and the expensive ones, and they are making the cheap ones worse on purpose so you'll eventually upgrade. 3 parent companies control almost every brand you see at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart. Stanley Black Decker owns DeWalt, Craftsman, and Black Decker. Techtronic Industries out of Hong Kong owns Milwaukee, Ryobi, and the recently killed Hart. And a company called Chervon manufactures Skil, Flex, and Kobalt power tools for Lowe's. Once you understand who owns what, every quality complaint suddenly makes sense. It's called brand tiering, and it's the reason your Craftsman drill feels nothing like your buddy's DeWalt, even though the same corporation made both of them. So here are the 7 power tool brands that professionals refuse to buy, ranked from debatable all the way down to, I wouldn't use this as a doorstop. And stick around for the end, because there are a few budget tools that actually earn quiet respect from contractors who would never admit it on camera. Number 7, Ryobi. I know, half of you just yelled at your screen. Ryobi is the most argued about brand in the entire tool world, and I get both sides. Contractors call it DIY grade, citing chuck wobble on the drills, rapid battery drain under sustained loads, and plastic components that overheat during extended use. One HVAC technician on a contractor forum reported killing a Ryobi drill and 5 batteries in 4 months of daily work. But here's the detail that changes the conversation. Ryobi's warranty explicitly excludes commercial and professional use. The guys complaining about Ryobi failing on a job site are using tools outside their designed purpose and then getting mad about it. For a homeowner building a deck over a few weekends, the OnePlus platform with over 300 tools on a single battery system is one of the best values in the industry. That's why Ryobi lands at 7, not higher. It's not a bad tool, it's a misunderstood tool, but the next brand on this list doesn't have that excuse. Number 6, Kobalt. Lowe's house brand does fine in hand tools, wrenches, screwdrivers, socket sets, all perfectly acceptable. The power tools are a different story. Electricians on trade forums report wobble in saw blades, loose adjustment knobs, and tolerances that feel sloppy compared to DeWalt or Milwaukee. One electrician ranked Kobalt slightly above Craftsman, but said neither was professional grade. And here's the thing that bugged me when I found it. Kobalt power tools are manufactured by Chervon, the exact same company that makes Skil. Shared components, different colored housings, Lowe's store pricing. Number 5, Skil. This one honestly makes me a little sad. Skil invented the portable circular saw back in 1924. The original Skil saw was legendary. Today, a Chinese company called Chervon owns the name and produces tools that are functional, but carry none of that engineering legacy. Skil is now appearing on Walmart shelves as a possible replacement for the recently killed Hart brand. The fact that Skil is competing for Walmart shelf space tells you where this brand sits in 2026. If you're finding this useful so far, subscribe. I break down tool and workshop topics like this every week. Now number 4 is where things start to get genuinely frustrating. Number 4, Modern Craftsman. I need to be specific because your dad's Sears-era Craftsman tools were a different animal entirely, built tough with a lifetime warranty that Sears actually honored. Then Stanley Black Decker paid $900 million for the Craftsman name in 2017, and the decline accelerated. YouGov's BrandIndex data shows Craftsman's quality perception score dropped from 61 to 55 around the acquisition. You already heard about the Fort Worth factory disaster at the top of this video, but the problems go way beyond that. Forum users describe modern Craftsman power tools as rebadged Porter cable internals with a red and black paint job. The 20-volt drill chuck is a constant complaint. It won't stay tight, especially with hex shanks. And I haven't even told you the worst part yet. SBD discontinued the well-regarded V-Series hand tool line in 2025 and is closing even more U.S. factories. The brand is being hollowed out from the inside. Number 3. Bauer. Harbor Freight's budget power tool line. The 90-day warranty alone tells you everything. Milwaukee offers 5 years. DeWalt offers 3. Even Harbor Freight's own Hercules line gets 5 years on brushless tools. Bauer gets 90 days. One user on the Garage Journal forum reported burning through 3 Bauer orbital sanders in a single afternoon before buying a DeWalt that handled the job without complaint. But the real danger with Bauer is the battery ecosystem risk. Harbor Freight previously ran a cordless line called Chicago Electric. They abandoned it completely, leaving every customer holding orphaned batteries and dead chargers. If you're investing in a battery platform, you need confidence the company will support it 5 years from now. Bauer does not inspire that confidence. Number 2. Hart. This one is fresh. TTI, the same parent company behind Milwaukee and Ryobi, officially discontinued Hart in December of 2025. Hart tools are now in clearance at Walmart stores across the country. You can grab them cheap right now, and I get the temptation. But you'd be buying into a dead battery ecosystem with no future tool releases and eventually no replacement batteries. It's like buying a phone for a carrier that's shutting down next year. And number 1, the brand that pros don't hate, because that would require them to think about it at all. Black & Decker. This is Stanley Black & Decker's deliberate consumer-only brand. After acquiring DeWalt, they realized contractors were embarrassed to pull Black & Decker tools out on job sites. So they repositioned DeWalt as the pro line and pushed Black & Decker down to pure entry level. Thinner plastic housings, smaller motors, cheaper switches, and warranties maxing out at 3 years. Nobody in the trades uses Black & Decker. The running joke on contractor forums is that Black & Decker is what you buy your nephew to teach him what cheap tools feel like. Now, before you go thinking all budget tools are garbage, I need to give credit where it's earned. Ryobi's ecosystem, despite being DIY grade, is unbeatable for specialty tools. Pin nailers, inflators, job site fans, Bluetooth speakers, all running on the same batteries as your drill. Smart contractors keep a set of Ryobi batteries for those secondary tools and use Milwaukee or DeWalt for everything load-bearing. Harbor Freight's Icon hand tools are genuinely disrupting the mechanic world. Independent testing showed Icon wrenches outperforming Snap-on in rounding resistance at roughly 80 to 90% lower prices. A full set of Icon combination wrenches runs about $120. A comparable Snap-on set costs over $1,000, and Ridgid is quietly the smartest mid-tier buy available. Register your tools within 90 days, and you get a lifetime service agreement including free battery replacements. In head-to-head testing, Ridgid's impact driver actually beat both DeWalt and Makita. At $149 for a drill kit versus $250 to $350 for Milwaukee, it's the value play nobody talks about. The real takeaway is simple. How often you use a tool determines what you should spend on it. A drill you use every weekend for the next 10 years. Buy Milwaukee or DeWalt and never look back. A random specialty tool you need twice a year. Ryobi or Harbor Freight will handle it fine. The brands on this list aren't evil. They're just not designed for what a lot of buyers try to use them for. And the companies that make them are counting on you not knowing the difference.